Hey, this is Michael Lindsay from Vital MX. I'm here with Chance Hymas of Team Honda HRC. So we just did a little presentation for the team, and my first question, but I think you guys may have talked about there a little bit, is we actually might see you do a couple of pro supercrosses other than just futures this year, right? Does that sound like the plan? You might get to dip your toes in a little earlier?
Yeah, that's the plan. Brennan and Lars are giving me the opportunity to go get my feet wet, and you'll get the experience for next year. And obviously the plan is to do the full outdoor season, but instead of doing futures and where I'm at right now, they feel comfortable enough to let me go get the experience. Obviously not do the whole series, but do the few select rounds and yeah, get the experience.
Nice. I guess I flash back to when you were in line to get this ride basically in the first place. You know, I think at the time there was an option to stay at PC Cowie. This came along. It seems like just the whole path has worked out really cool, where I think with Cowie you would have had to move really quick, where these guys have been really flexible, just working what works best with you. Would you you've been pretty stoked on how that pathway's worked out again, just kind of being able to move when the time is right?
Yeah, it's been cool. They've been pretty good with me, and you know, making the next jump for me good instead of forcing me to go do it. Or that's how they were afterwards. Like, take your time, get back to 100%. Get feeling better on the bike, and that's what I did. And they let me do that last round at Paula for the pro race. So, but no, they're super good with me all year. They've been through the futures stuff. They spent a lot of time with me, and you know, getting me comfortable on the bike. And obviously the futures was what it was, but with it being amateur still. But they did a lot of work with me, and yeah, it was all good last year. They helped me a lot, and even all my teammates, they took me under their wing and yeah, helped me there.
What was because last year some of your amateur races were good, some were rough. You guys always kind of done, like, I really respected the way you and your family's done it. Like, you and your dad would do, I'd see you guys all kinds of race equipment. You're doing works, you're doing big sixes, you're racing local races all the time. But you guys were always kind of Idaho here, bouncing around. Now you've gone kind of more the traditional route we see. You're down in Florida, you're at the Pound now with the Lawrences, doing that style program. Was it kind of weird to find out when to do that transition? Again, what you guys were doing before was cool, and I think I wish more kids did what you were doing before. They didn't just go straight to living at a compound for 8 years before they turned pro. But when did you realize it was like, okay, it might be time to finally like go there and do it?
Right. So we talked about it before the outdoor season started, to go out there and ride with the Lawrences. I mean, obviously they're the two best guys in the series, and for me to have the tools to go ride with them, like, why wouldn't I do that, you know? Mm-hmm. But at the same point, it's like riding at home during the summer, there's not a lot of guys I can ride with, and especially like where I kind of need to gauge where I'm at. Riding with Jet and Hunter has been really good for me, and it was kind of one of those things, like at first it was like, yeah, let's go try it. Let's go try for the summer, see how it is, you know? And it turned into, at the time it wasn't a long-term thing, and now it's turned into a long-term thing. I feel like it's helped me a lot, and obviously it's built my relationship with Jen Hunter a lot, and they're continuing to help me, and even, I'd say even vice versa, it gives them a little gauge on me, it gives me a little gauge on them. But you know, it's been fun. I feel like it's made training for me a lot more fun, and especially for those guys.
Nice. Being down there, I was actually talking to your dad about this for a minute, because I think it's pretty well known your dad has a Honda dealership. You've grown up in it, working on your own stuff. You're down there. One of the first questions I had for him, I said, does he have a practice mechanic? And your dad shook his head like, no, he's down there doing all the work. So again, I look at the sport, I look at certain riders that can get, I hate to say, I'm not generalizing too much here, but some people do get, whether you call it spoiled or entitled or something like that. Yeah, you're at a training facility. Yeah, you have a Honda HRC ride. You've got this golden path for you, but at the same time, you're still down there changing your own oil, doing your own clutches. Like, you haven't gotten quite, you're kind of in between. It does help you keep kind of grounded in a sense.
Yeah, at the same time, I do enjoy it. Like, it's obviously, I've grown up around it. I love working on dirt bikes, and yeah, I love dirt bikes. So it's not, I'm not there just to do my work. For me, it's like it's almost like a way, like, it's part of the fun. Yeah. Like, like as nice as it is, like some days, like it's nice to not have to do bike work and like not have to worry about it. But at the same time, it's like I get done with my motos, I'll wash my bike and just let it sit there for a little bit. Then once it cools down, I'll go work on my bike. It's like it's almost like a debrief, like a relaxing sensation. But I like it a lot. It's like I said, I've grown up around it. It's it's one of the things that I love doing. So
now that we're basically near the moment, do you look back, are you still just like, oh, I can't wait for this to happen? Or do you ever look back and go, man, where'd my amateur career go? Like, are you just ready to get it over with? Or is there any part of you like, man, I can't believe it's basically done?
I miss it in the sense of a lot of the off-road stuff I did, I have a lot more free range to do it when I was an amateur. But now where I'm turning pro, obviously it's not like that.
Yeah.
And that's the only part I'm going to miss, is having that little bit of free range. But obviously I'm ready to make that step and be pro.
Cool. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.